A few years ago, my buddy John and I got to talking about what it would be like to design the ultimate bucket. That's me on the right with my son. My name is Blair Glenn, and I'm a bobcat operator. I own Saratoga Tree Service, so much of the work I do involves timbers and logs and stuff that I do in the tree service. Well, John took it upon himself to go ahead and build that ultimate bucket, and he calls it the DEMO-DOZER. His thoughts were, why do we have so many buckets? We've got a grapple bucket, we've got a material bucket, a digging bucket. He didn't have a 4-in-1 bucket, but he wanted one. And we started thinking about it. We said, why can't we put them all into one bucket? And then he started looking at the bucket that he had, and he thought about all the problems with it. All the Zerk fittings, they were all exposed, and they kept getting broken off. So he fixed it. The routing of the hoses, it was ridiculous. They kept getting torn. He found a better way. John thought about all the problems that he had with his grapple bucket, and he decided he's going to make it better. Just little things like a place to stand where you're not going to slip off the bucket. As I said before, protecting the hoses, huge. And he had to have the best quality construction. Look at that weld. You got to see this bucket to believe it, but every single detail is done with such precision and such accuracy that hands down it's the best bucket on the market. And it's so much more than a grapple bucket. It does everything a grapple bucket does, but it also does everything that a 4-in-1 bucket does, a material bucket, a digging bucket, and a dozer blade. It does all of these things so much better. See that little wing tip there? You can reach around things and pull them back. You can reach around a pole or a post, a fence post. You reach around it, you can pull it straight out of the ground. Now, like I said, for me, I use it for logs. It grabs any log, anywhere, anytime. My only limitation is the weight of the log and the strength of my machine. Now, one of the cool things I like to do is I'll pick up a long straight log like this, and when I load up the truck or the trailer, I can use that long straight log to push stuff around inside my load. So versatile. I love this tool. You can hold the logs anywhere you want to, any way you need to. And it holds a lot. Now I'm just talking about logs, but this bucket works for so many different industries. It works for concrete. It works for demolition. It works for landscape, any kind of landscape work. And those little side plates there, you can take them off. So if you want to put bigger logs, wider things on there, and it holds everything in, all the material, sand, gravel, dirt. When this bucket closes, it all stays in the bucket. I was just having a little bit of fun at the job site waiting for the truck to come back. I stacked all these pieces up with my DEMO-DOZER bucket. Now here's an example of one of his earlier models. This was a great bucket. It worked really good. But there were a few flaws. John built about 10 different versions of this bucket before he got it right. And I tell you, it is right. Now this picture dates way back. This is one of the very, very first ones. And you know what? That picture is over 10 years old, and that bucket is still working today. Anyway, if you've never seen the DEMO-DOZER in action, you got to look it up. Check it out, demodozer.com. Boy, ain't nothing better.